taking action with revamping his offer, where he was before he started working in the high ticket courses realm, where he is now. You are going to love his stories. Hey, what's happening? It's Joel Irway here. Welcome to another very special episode of Sold with Webinars. And today I have an incredible guest. You are going to love this story. I've got a great friend of mine, Nick Fullmer, on the podcast today. We are going to be talking about his journey of where he came from just over the past 6 months or so since he's been taking action inside of high ticket courses, taking action with revamping his offer, where he was before he started working in the high ticket courses realm, where he is now. You are going to love his story. So we're just gonna have a nice little fireside chat here, Corona style. If you're watching this on video, you get to see my huge head of hair up top. And if you know, Nick's got his own Corona beard growing, which I'm jealous of because I can't grow facial hair. It just looks horrible. So Nick, dude, welcome to the podcast. Super happy to have you on.
Dude, happy to be here, Joel. I appreciate it. Appreciate the opportunity.
Of course, of course. Why don't we get started? Nick, why don't you talk about the market that you're in? Let's talk about like your business, what it is that your superpower is, what you teach other people how to do, and we'll start there.
Okay. Yeah, absolutely. So I'm in the real estate world, the real estate niche. My expertise is helping homeowners that have gone through foreclosure. I actually help them get money back after they've lost their home, either to a foreclosure or a tax sale. So that's my skill. That's what I do. And that's what I teach others to do. And, you know, just a quick brief example, just to kind of illustrate the business. Sometimes when somebody loses a home to foreclosure, it will sell at an auction for more than what's owed to the lender. So an example would be like, let's say somebody owes 100K to the bank. It goes to auction and it sells for 120K. Well, by law, the bank is only going to take what's owed to them. So they're going to take their 100K, which leaves $20,000 left over. And so that $20,000 by law should go back to the bank, or excuse me, to the homeowner. The problem is when they send out notice that this money is available, they send it to the house that they just sold, usually weeks after the sale. And by that time, the homeowner is long gone and they don't even know this money is sitting there. So that's where I come in. My purpose is to track these sales, find out where there's money available for homeowners, and then contact them and tell them about these funds. And then I provide a done-for-you service where I pay attorneys, I hire the legal help, and I go and collect those funds for the homeowner and then take a commission on the back end. Usually on average about 30%. So, you know, on a $20,000 deal with 30% commission, I'd take $6,000 and the homeowner would get the rest. So that's my business. That's what I do. And then now I'm in the industry of teaching people how to utilize this strategy to, one, help these homeowners that have gone through foreclosure, and two, to create an income for themselves. So.
Okay, so Nick and I met probably back 6 or 7 months ago. Nick had joined high ticket courses and he had taken me up on my 20-minute consult offer. And when we first started that call, I remember just like, I was on the other end of the line. I'm like, dude, you have so much potential with this thing. Like, I was so excited for him because I see hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of offers. And I've seen plenty of real estate offers. And this was the first time that I had seen anybody that had been in this unique of a niche inside of real estate. And the more unique the offer gets, the better potential it has. And I'm just like, dude, you need to get this up and live like now. Like, it was one of those calls. And so I was really excited for him. But my excitement can't do anything unless the person actually takes action. And so Nick did take action. He came to one of our live events in Lewiston, and then he upgraded into our Launchpad program, and he has just done some incredible things. So Nick, why don't you let's start by talking about before you joined high ticket courses, what was going on with your program?
Yeah, so I was I think I saw your ad on Facebook probably in October, and it I mean, the messaging was dead on because I was right at the point where I was about to launch my online course. And I can't remember the exact headline, but it was like how to sell your online course for 5,000 or more, or something like that. And I was just like, how the heck does this guy know I'm about to launch a course? You know, good old Facebook algorithm.
Yep.
So I watched the mini webinar you had. And I was like, okay, there's something here. I need to look into this before I launch this thing. Yeah, I jumped on a phone call with you prior to launching my course. And I was just like, yeah, there's some things I'm missing. Like I was just dead set on launching an online course, right? But I didn't understand that there's so much more that you can offer than just a course. And thank goodness I saw that ad, because had I not seen that ad, I would not be where I am today for sure.
So what was I thought you had already enrolled some people in, right? When we had talked, didn't you have like a membership program, or I'm going off of memory here, so correct me if I'm wrong.
No, you're absolutely right. Yeah, that's it was really interesting. This whole thing kind of morphed. You know, at first I was teaching people for free, and I was like, okay, maybe I can bring on some partners this way. Long story short, I quickly learned that people don't value free. You know, they just don't take action. I maybe helped 100 people and maybe one person took action. It was just a complete waste of time. So I created a Facebook group, and I just charged a monthly membership fee for people to be a part of that group. Well, that quickly turned into another problem where I was seeing people would just join the group for a month, get as much knowledge out of me as they could, and then cancel the next month. And I was like, well, I don't like that either. So that turned into the course. And I was like, okay, I'll build a course and charge a much higher price for it, and hopefully get some more serious customers. So I was, right when I saw your ad, I was in a pre-launch phase. I had maybe 60% of the course done. And so I was about to launch it, and I launched a pre-offer. I was like, I told my clients, I was like, hey, the course isn't done, but if you want to buy it now, you can, and I'll give you a discount. And so that's where I was at when I saw your ad. So
Yep.
Is in that pre-launch phase.
And so what were you planning to launch it for?
So the pre-launch, or after it was complete?
Yeah, what was the pre-launch, and what was the idea to have it when it was complete?
The pre-launch was, I think I priced it at like $7.99, and then I was going to bump it up to like $1,400 or something, like $1,299 after it was complete. So.
All right, so talk about what happened when we had our call, right? So we have this, you end up joining the program, you bought the course, we had our call. What were some of the big aha moments that you had when we were talking?
Well, I would say, one, that I was probably underpriced a little bit on my course. Two, and that there were some other revenue sources that I haven't even thought about. Developing other types of offers, like a done for you offer, a done with you offer, the 3 levels of service. That was learning about that was a huge moment for me, because I was just stuck on the DIY, the do it yourself, build a course, let them learn, let them do it themselves. I hadn't even considered the, creating done with you offers or done for you offers. So I was, those were the biggest aha moments where, being able to, the potential to create other offers and to create other sources of revenue besides just selling a course online.
Mm-hmm. Perfect. Yeah, I remember talking to you, and I remember seeing like this huge money-making opportunity for you that was far and above what you wanted to charge for your course. So let's talk about where you are now, right? So now we're recording this as of May 7th and 2020. What's happened since, let's say, October when you bought the course. Let's give them. I'm going to paint the timeline here for them. That you joined the course. Let's say October, November.
Yep.
We had a live event
Yep.
in December, which you came to,
Yep.
and since December to now, what's happened?
Yeah. So went to the live event. Had some other crazy aha moments there. You helped me, you and your team helped me build a mini webinar to launch my high ticket offer, which it was basically a done for you offer where I am providing leads for people. It's meant to be a huge time saver for folks because my process is, this business is you have to find your leads, you have to research the leads, and you have to contact the people. And then you got to fill out paperwork, submit the claim. It's a big process. So with this done for you offer, I was like, listen, I'll do everything. All you have to do is contact the people. You focus on one step. So I launched that offer. It was a $10,000 offer. And that's what we use the mini webinar for, is to launch that. Immediately sold out. I think I sold like eight packages. So, 80 grand within maybe a month or two of attending the live event. Sold out of that. And then shortly after that, I just continued following your system, and I launched another power offer, which was more of a done with you program. It's like a 60-day program where I walk people through the process to try to get them to that first deal as quickly as possible.
Yep.
And then we also do some other education, more advanced techniques on how they can do other deals. That offer, I did kind of a beta launch at $3,800. Sold 20 of those, like really fast, and keep in mind too, like none of this was using paid traffic. This was all organic.
Yes.
So I immediately sold out of that. We'll finish that up at the beginning of June, and I probably have a wait list of like 50 people that want in on the next one.
Wow.
But the next one I'll probably charge $4,800 for, So there's that. And then we've continued to market the course. And last month we broke the 50K a month barrier. And this month I'm averaging, as of today, we're averaging 5 course sales a day. So May is projected to look like a 100K month in just course sales. So
you have your 3 tiers completely built out, right? You've got your top tier, which is, hey, let us send leads into your pipeline. Let me give you these deals, right? Let me send you these deals. Mid tiers, group coaching. I'm going to show you how to do it. Like, you got to go implement it, but I'm going to show you the process. I'm going to give you support along the way. And then your bottom tier is, hey, just do it yourself, right?
Yep.
And most of that is all organic, right? You haven't really done a whole lot of paid traffic, right?
Yeah, the majority has been organic. I've just barely gotten serious with paid traffic, maybe within the last month or two. I hired another coach to help me with that. And, but yeah, the paid traffic is we just introduced that within the last 2 months.
So what's the paid what are you doing with the paid traffic? So like, where's that sending them to?
So the paid traffic is mostly just for the DIY, the course. So it's all on Facebook right now, just Facebook ads. I think I have but it's very simple. I have one creative to cold traffic, and then we do lookalikes and one retargeting.
Is it a webinar funnel, or what is it?
It's it's not a webinar. It's kind of like a product launch. Like, it's a series of videos that they go through.
Cool. It's a product launch sequence. Awesome.
Yep.
Nice. Dude, that's amazing. That's absolutely incredible. So, so you did a lot of this organically. Like, so you had, what was it, a Facebook group that you had been kind of curating, or what was the primary audience that you were going after?
Yeah, great question. I do have a Facebook group. I would say the majority of my organic traffic comes from YouTube. I have a YouTube channel that I just post, simple videos, like people ask me questions about the business, so I'll answer their questions in a video format and post it to YouTube. And that's pretty much it. I mean, I'm by no means do I consider myself like a huge influencer or expert. Like my list is less than 10,000 people. You know, probably when I found you, I probably had a list of less than 5,000 people. So you don't need a huge audience really to see a lot of results and to generate a lot of revenue. But YouTube is my main source of traffic. Then I have a free Facebook group, and I do have a podcast, that very simple podcast, but majority is from YouTube for organic.
Cool. So that's where most of your audience is coming from. It's where most of your traffic is coming from, right?
Yeah.
What would you say are some of the, like when you were going through my webinar back in October and you're at the live event, like what would you say were like the biggest questions that were going through your mind as you started to rework this strategy? Like what were the biggest questions and biggest hesitations that were going through your mind?
Oh, that's a great question. My biggest questions were, is how much do I charge, but not necessarily how much do I charge, but the question was, are people really going to buy this? You know, are they really going to buy into my offer? Because like to go from, you know, a course selling for $12.99 to then a $10,000 offer, that's like a big jump. And I had some mindset issues for sure. Like I was a lot of doubt. I was like, there's no way people are going to take me up on this. But you know what? Jill says they will. So let's try it and see what happens. And they did. So I think that's the biggest thing is, would people really take me up on my offer? But they do, if it's a good offer. That's the biggest question I had.
Did you have any sales training background? Like any, you know, formal training in like how to, you know, get these people to actually enroll once they've raised their hand?
No, man. So just so you know, I prior to getting into real estate, I was a corrections officer, which is probably the complete opposite of any sort of salesperson. You know, folks in the law. I mean, you do have to have some decent people skills, but not really, because you're working in a prison, right? You know. So no, I don't consider myself a sales guy. I'm just I try to be a straight shooter and just tell how it is. And if you like it, great. If not, that's cool too. So yeah, I was a corrections officer, and then I was a probation officer for a time. And that's that was my career before getting into the real estate and the online space.
Yeah. You know, it's funny because I get a lot of people who are nervous, like they're in the course creation space, and people follow me because they know me as the webinar guy. Like, I want to have an automated webinar that sells my product on autopilot left and right. I don't want to get on the phone and all this other stuff. I'm like, right, I get it. The auto webinar, it's the holy freaking grail of internet marketing. Everybody wishes that they could get this thing up, never talk to anybody, and just print money on demand, right? It's like, it's also the most difficult thing to get converting. And so my whole mission is, when I developed this, like I needed to figure out a way to develop something that was, you also didn't need to get trained into doing sales, because there are so many people who like aren't great at sales. I'm not great at sales. Like Brian Kurtz, he's the world's greatest anti-salesman. So like if he ever gets on the phone with somebody, guaranteed he's going to anti-sell you. Like, so, you know, and he's one of the legends in the direct response marketing space. And so I'm the same way. So I needed to just figure out like, okay, how do I 80-20 this, where most of the sales are, you know, the salesmanship and sales conversation is done before I get on the phone. And if I can take a phone call and just make it a Q&A call, like questions and answers, like that would be ideal. And so that's the whole reason why I developed kind of this whole system that I developed, because many people are like, I'm not good at sales or whatever. And make no mistake about it. I mean, like you still have to ask for the sale, but yeah, I mean, it's great to hear, you know, corrections officers, accountants. I was an engineer. I was not a trained salesperson either. So, is your mini webinar funnel, your high ticket funnel, like where do you drive traffic to? Do you still drive traffic to it at all? Or is it coming on the back end of your stuff? Like, where does that come into play now?
The mini webinar, I actually, at this point in time, I need to change it. I need to switch it up a little bit so it's more for my done with you offer. Yep. Because right now my done for you is completely full. I don't think I could take more people on and fulfill in a good way. So that's one thing I need to work on right now, is tweaking that. But there hasn't been a huge need because now I have a wait list of people waiting for the next opening. So I've kind of put it on the back burner, but that's where it is right now. I haven't needed to send a lot of traffic to the mini webinar, but when I need to, I'll just tweak it. And to what you just said, you know, about creating a system where the sales is done for you, you really have accomplished that. At least that's been my experience. Because most of my calls were Q&A calls. They weren't really like folks that were had a lot of objections or were skeptical. They just needed a little clarity and a couple questions answered, and then they were either in or they were out. And so the system you have created, it really does work in that way where you don't really have to sell. You just need to provide clarity, answer questions where needed, and just say, is this for you or is it not? Just let me know. Either way is fine. And they say, yes, I want to do this. Or they say, no, it's not a good time, but maybe later. And that's like, cool, awesome. Yep. I'll put you on the waiting list.
Yeah, you know, it doesn't have to be any more complicated than that. But it's great to see other people implementing it and having success. And so, you know, it's amazing to watch your trajectory, because from somebody who has seen so many offers on the front end, like I saw this exploding. Like if you were able to actually do it, and this is nothing against you, but I mean, there are plenty of people that I talk to where I give them advice and they do nothing with it. I just remember being on the phone and I'm like, if he takes action on this, he is going to explode. And, you know, I try not to oversell it when I'm on the phone, but like, I was so excited. I was so excited for it. Like, dude, this is awesome.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's so true, man. And we haven't even talked about what the back end looks like right now. I mean, going back to my original business of doing actual real estate deals, what does that look like now? It's ridiculous. My problem right now is I'm needing to hire like a paralegal or an assistant because we have so many contracts that we need to send out to potential homeowners. It's just crazy. Like, so I have my offers, right? But I have a whole nother back end of real estate deals going on that would not have happened had I not launched these offers to people. Mm-hmm. So
yeah, that's amazing. So if you were to, let's go back to October, right? Let's go back to October, and we were sitting on a conversation again, and we were, if I were to ask you back in October, hey, you know, Nick, fast forward 6 months from now, right? What would success look like in your eyes in order for you to be happy? Like if you were to take action on this and you were to implement, like what would you feel would be a big win in your book 6 months from now? Like if I'd asked this question to you back in October, what would you have said? Or what do you think you would have said?
I probably would have said something like, man, if I can get 10K, 20K a month in sales, that'd be awesome.
When did you break 10 or 20K a month in sales? Like how fast did that happen?
I passed that mark in December. In December, I did over 40K. We took a dive in sales in January, but at the same time, that's when I launched my top tier offer. So I think January with the top tier offer was an 80K month, even though we only did 20K in course sales. But, you know, yeah, it didn't take long at all to surpass 10 to 20. Like, if we're just talking, if we put the two offers on the side, and just focus on the course, I've averaged 30 to 40K a month over this entire year.
Yep.
So the amount of, how do I put this? The speed that the results came has been the most mind-blowing to me at this point in time, is how quickly stuff can happen when you launch a really good power offer. It's just crazy.
Floodgates open up, man. It's totally possible. It's totally possible. What would you say to other people who are kind of on the fence that are considering it, right? Like, what would be your advice? What would you say? Hey, you know, I was in your shoes. What advice would you give them?
I would say don't hesitate. Jump in and learn all you can, but most importantly, take action. But you will feel, I mean, it's inevitable. Whenever you put money on the line and invest in something that you're not sure is going to work, you can hear you can hear my testimonial, you can hear all of Joel's other testimonials, whatever it is, there's always going to be a sliver of doubt. I think that's just naturally human nature, right? But what you need to understand is when you have that feeling, that moment of uncertainty, the results that you're looking for are on the other side of that. So you have to move into that feeling of uncertainty and just kind of leap. Like, there's a great book by Steve Harvey called Jump. Great book. You just got to jump, and you got to take the plunge and invest, gain new knowledge, and then take action on what you learn. And that's how results come for everyone. And so you just have to be okay with being uncomfortable, have a little faith, and most importantly, couple that faith with a ton of action.
It's funny. I was on a call with somebody earlier today. Somebody who knows Thursdays are my 20-minute consult days, right? So I had 4 back-to-back today, and on one of the calls, this is a guy that was focused only on organic, and he had bought the course, jumping into paid traffic, and he's like, man, I'm making like 5K a month right now organically, and I'm just like, I feel like I've got this glass ceiling over my head. Like, I see all these results that are happening in the group, and person over here is making 20 grand a month, person over here is making 200 grand a month, person over here is going from 0 to 75 grand a month in no time. And, and I just can't see it. I'm like, well, that's because you are stuck in a, and I was asking him, so I'm like, so how do you get leads right now? And he said, well, I get leads organically through LinkedIn. I'm like, well, how many leads per month are you talking? He's like, 4 or 5. And I close about 20%. So 1 out of 5. And I'm like, okay, so you feel like you're stuck, like you can't make more than $5,000 a month because you're stuck in this mindset. I'm like, what you're really stuck in is like, you need more leads to talk to. Like, you're only talking to 4 or 5 people a month. Like, you're never going to crack that barrier that you really want to hit. And so I said, I want you to focus on not the revenue mark. I want you to focus on increasing your lead volume per month of people who are saying, yes, I'm interested in talking about your offer. And if you can increase that, like, the money will flow, and you do not have to be good at sales. So if you're stuck right now and you're listening to this podcast, like, oh, well, I can't see myself making 10 grand a month, 20 grand a month, 50 grand a month, 100 grand a month. Okay, we'll work backwards. Like, how many leads are you talking to every month, every week, every day? If it's 5 a month, like, if you close all 5, like, you're only going to be limited to whatever that ratio is. But like, you need to work on increasing that lead volume. Forget about the sales, increase on working that lead volume, work on increasing that lead volume, and the rest will come. And he's like, oh, I totally get it now. I'm like, yeah, like, you're only talking to 5 people, dude. Like, what do you expect?
Yep.
But I said it in a loving way. But
Yeah.
he's like, I had this glass ceiling. And I'm like, you need more people to talk to. It's that simple. People
Yes.
don't see it. You know, I'm not making fun of them because I was in that same boat back in the day, but it's all about shifting your mindset and shifting your perspective. So,
Yeah, well, just to add to that real quick, you don't know what you don't know at
yep.
the end of the day. And that's why it's so important to invest in knowledge in mentors and coaches, because they know more than you do. At least they should. And if you can just get that extra piece, that one aha moment, that could be the turning point in your business, such as just as the example you just gave. Like, he didn't get it, but now he does. And it's going to be a game changer for him, I'm sure.
Yep. I hope so. It's all if they take action, right? And
Yep.
so, when you were talking about that book, Jump, I haven't read but I've heard great things about it. It immediately triggered my mind. It's like, you don't know what your potential is. Like, other people can tell you, like, I can stand on the other side and like, dude, you need to get this launch because your offer's so freaking great, right? I can shout from the mountaintops because I can see success like staring people in the face, but it's up to them to take the step. I can't push them. I
Yep.
can't kick them off. You can lead a horse to water, but you can't force them to drink.
Exactly.
But anyway, dude, it's always great connecting with you. You have such an amazing story because you're just such a humbled guy. And I'm so proud of you. I'm so proud of all the success you've got and the people that are following you. And like, if I ever want to get into real estate, like, I'm doing whatever it is that you're teaching. Because like, that's when my offer radar goes off. Like, I've bought so many of my clients' and my students' programs. It's ridiculous. It's one of the downsides of being an offer guy. It's like, what sounds good. You're like, okay, cool. I just want to do it. Right.
Yeah.
But I have to shut my shiny object syndrome off.
Yeah. I'm the same way, man. I've bought many, many, many courses, both on real estate and other things. And it's, yeah, I would say this, definitely, beware of that. Definitely, if you are a person that suffers from shiny object syndrome, try not to jump from business to business. Another big takeaway I've learned is business is not necessarily, the success does not come from the path, whether, the niche. The success is not in the niche, I don't think. The success is in the principles behind, learning to drive traffic, learning to communicate your offer, learning to, to market and to create leads. Focus on the principles, the skills, which you do a great job at doing, Joel. The copy, the offer creation, developing leads. Those principles are what are going to help you see success in whatever niche it is you're in. So, sorry, that may have been a tangent, but beware of shiny object syndrome. Focus on business principles. Find leads, close leads. That's all you got to do whatever niche you're in.
So Nick, where can people follow you, right? Where's your YouTube channel? Where is other stuff that, like, drop some links?
Yeah, for sure. So my YouTube channel is called Overage Syndicate. That's where you can go to learn more about what I do, the good, the bad, and the ugly. I've got case studies there of everything. If you want to check out my website, you can go to overagesyndicate.com to learn more about my course and stuff like that. And those are probably the two main places to go.
Awesome. Yep. So we'll drop those links in the show notes as well. Nick, it's always a pleasure reconnecting, man. And I love your story. I can't wait to see you blow up. You're going to be the guru of the gurus if that's what you want. You don't have to. Many times my clients just want to be kind of passive behind the scenes, but yeah, you're going to dominate, man. I'm excited to see you. Just don't forget about us little guys, okay? When you become king of the mountain.
Well, I'm a little guy myself, but we'll see where the road takes us.
Awesome. So please go check out Nick's content over at Overage Syndicate. Give him a shout out. Let him know that you heard him on Sold with Webinars. Give him some love. And if you enjoyed this episode, I would appreciate if you could head over to iTunes or wherever you're listening to right now and just give us a positive review. Not even positive. If you don't like this content, let me know, right? Just give us an honest to goodness feedback on the iTunes rating. Hopefully it's 5 stars, but if not, give us your rating so we can make this content better. All right, until next time, we'll talk to you later. Thanks.